Hey, what's up? Bertrand Tech Man coming back at you with another video. I'm going to give you some tips for your Z Fold phones, all iterations. Let's check it out. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to settings. Tap on your cogwheel. And the first thing you're going to want to make sure that you have set up on your phone is your profile. So under your profile, you're going to want to make sure that you have it set up for your email address. And you're also going to make sure that you have a recovery method. Now this is going to help you in case you lose your phone, and that will become apparent as we go on. You're going to want to make sure that you're synced. You have it set up to sync with your Samsung Cloud. We're going to look at some tips for your connections. We're going to start with the Wi-Fi. On the Wi-Fi, of course, you tap to turn it on, and then you choose the Wi-Fi connection that you want. On the Wi-Fi connections, you tap on the cog wheel here, settings, and then you make sure that where it says auto reconnect, make sure that your auto reconnect is on. And what that does is every time it comes in this area, it's going to automatically reconnect to this Wi-Fi setting. The next thing you want to do on the Wi-Fi is you want to go up to the top ellipsis or the hamburger or the three dots and tap on that. And then you want to go to advanced. On the advanced, there are several things in here that you want to make sure that you have. First of all, that it syncs with your Samsung Cloud. Make sure that's on. Turn on Wi-Fi automatically when it's in places that you use frequently. Make sure that's on. Detect suspicious network, you want that to be on. And down here where it says Wi-Fi power saving mode, you want to make sure that's on. All of those things are going to help your Wi-Fi to run just a little more smoothly. The next thing you're going to want to tap on is you're going to want to tap on Wi-Fi calling. Now what this does is it's going to increase the stability of your telephone calls when it is selected. Now you have two different settings on the Wi-Fi calling preferences. You can tap cellular preferred or Wi-Fi preferred. I generally leave it at Wi-Fi preferred because that's going to give you generally the best quality. So next thing we want to look at is we want to look at Bluetooth. Now on the Bluetooth, some tips here. You turn your Bluetooth on. Now on the Bluetooth, you have go to your advanced. Under your advanced here, you want to make sure that it's again sync with iCloud or sync with Samsung Cloud. You want to turn your ringtone sync on. What this means is it's going to use your phone's ringtone when you get a call or you're connected to your Bluetooth. So those are some settings that you're going to want to have. And also, if you have any problems with your Bluetooth connections, then you're going to want to go here where it says Bluetooth tips. Tap on this and it'll give you various solutions to different problems that you might have with your Bluetooth. Couldn't connect to the Galaxy Watch, or device doesn't appear in the list. All those different problems can be solved by going here and simply tapping on it, and it's going to show you what you need to do in order to correct your Bluetooth connectivity issue. The next thing we're going to look at is NFC and contact payments. You just simply turn this on, and that's going to give you the ability to make contactless payments based on whichever type of payment service that you have selected for. The next thing we're going to focus on is airplane mode. A couple of tips with the airplane mode. Okay, so you tap on airplane mode. Now, a lot of times we get that when we're on an airplane and they don't want you to mess with their instruments, which is a whole lot of nonsense. But at any rate, in order to do it, you turn on your airplane mode. Now, even though you have your airplane mode on, you still have the ability to use your Bluetooth for your headphones or Wi-Fi if you wanted to. So you would simply turn the airplane mode on, and then you would go to Bluetooth and you would turn it on, and you would go to Wi-Fi and you would turn it on. Now, even though you're in the airplane mode, you still have the ability to use your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi connection. Next, we're going to look at sounds and vibrations. Now, under sounds and vibrations, you basically have three different modes here. You got your sound, you got your vibrate, and then you have your mute. Under your mute, you have the ability to do different things with it. You can set it up where it temporarily mutes. For example, you can set it to mute for an hour. You can go with hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or custom. You tap custom, and then you can select how many hours you want it to mute for, and just hit done. Now, you also have the ability here to add your ringtone, your notification sounds, your system sounds, and even your volume. So for example, under ringtone, you can go here and you can choose ringtones from anything that's on your phone. These are your phone's ringtones. This is for Galaxy. You scroll down, you're gonna see some that says calm, all different types of ringtones that you could use, fun ones, what have you, and you can just pick one and use it. Now, if you pick a ringtone for it, basically, you just tap it, and then it's going to automatically be set for your ringtone on your phone. Now, you can do this also for notifications as well. Same feature, just simply tap it to choose it. As far as your volume is concerned, here you can set your volume up by simply going here and setting it to the level that you want it to be set to for ringtones, for media, for notifications, or for the system in general. And if you want to use your volume up and down key to control your media by default, when you press the volume keys, you can turn this on. Now, as far as your vibrations are concerned, if you want your phone to vibrate, you have a vibration intensity setting here. You tap on this, and for incoming calls, you can max it out if you want to. For touch interactions, all of these will intensify your vibrations. Now, if you want vibration sounds for incoming calls to avoid missing calls, then you definitely want to turn that on. Now let's go to sound and quality effects. And here's a setting in here that you're gonna want to make sure that you turn on. So you see where it says Dolby Atmos, you want to turn that on, because what that's going to do is going to enhance your audio media playback. The sound from it is going to be, it's going to act if it flows around you, so to speak. So you turn that on. And if you do a lot of gaming on your phone, you want to make sure you turn it on for gaming. Now, also, you have the ability to customize your hearing, your sound, if you want to, by going down here to the Adapt Sound. Now, on the Adapt Sound, you can set it up based upon your age. You can have it off, you can have it up to 30 years, 30 to 60, and 60 and older. Or you can set it up where you can customize it by testing your hearing, connecting a set of Bluetooth headphones to it, and then you can do the settings to test it out. Now, you also have the Adapt Sound for media. For example, you can set it up where it automatically adapts the sound for media and phone calls, or only media or only calls. Next, we want to look at some notifications. Now, your notifications come in basically two different styles. You have your brief, and then you have your detailed. Of course, your detailed is going to give you more information, and the brief is going to basically give you less information. Now, when you got it set on the brief, you can select which apps you want to get your notifications from. For example, you can go here and you can select all, or you can just customize it by picking the ones that you want to choose to get your notifications from. And those will be the one that's on there. Now scroll down to Do Not Disturb. In the Do Not Disturb, this is where you can, so here you can schedule your Do Not Disturb by setting up a schedule. So you tap schedule. You tap in the name that you want to call this. Okay, and then you choose the day. Every day. And then you set the time. Start time 2200, end time 0700, hit done. And you hit save. Now it's going to be saved every day at that particular time. You will not get called. Now, if you want to add some exceptions to it, you could come in here and you can add calls from either all, contacts only, favorite, or none. Or you can do repeat callers. You can allow calls when they receive from the same number or repeated calls. That might mean it's a serious emergency and you might want to get it. Or you can do messages from contacts only, favorites only, or none. The same as for all three, or even conversations. All of it works the same. Now, advanced settings. On advanced settings, here are some things that you're going to want to make sure that you put on. Okay, so you want your battery percentage to be shown at the top up there, so you select that, and you notice now it's up there. Notifications history, if you want that to be on, then you can select that. Conversations. Now, floating. Now, you have three different options of notifications. You can do the off, which means you're not going to get any. You can do the bubbles, or you can do the smart pop-up, which will include apps, and you can include the apps that you want to use. Like, for example, here I have Signal, WhatsApp, and Messages selected. Now, these are your smart apps, smart pop-up view, and with those apps. Now, down here, you can also select the show snooze button. I turn that on. If you wanted to suggest actions to reply to certain notifications like phone messages or text messages or WhatsApp, you tap this and the computer, the AI, will automatically find different things that you could say. Notification reminders, if you want to set this, you have the ability to set up notifications anywhere from 3 minutes to 15 minutes. And you can also select the apps that you want to get your notifications from by selecting again all apps, or going through and pick the ones that you want. Now, wireless emergency alerts. In my area, we get a lot of Amber alerts. Now, if you don't want those alerts, you can go here and you can choose which alerts you want to get. Extreme alerts, threats to life and property, you can turn that on or turn that off. Severe weather alerts, you can turn that on. Amber alerts, you can turn that off. Public safety messages, and definitely the test, you want to turn that off. So all of those are there. And if you want not only the alert, but you want vibration, you can have your phone vibrate as well. Next, we're going to look at the display. Now, under the display, you tap this and you have two different modes. You have your light mode and you have your dark mode. Of course, your dark mode is going to be dark and it's going to use less battery because it's not lighting up all those pixels. All right, in the dark mode, you can check your dark modes. You can schedule in your dark mode. For example, you can have it to turn on by schedule. So you tap this and you can have it go from sunset to sunrise, or you can customize it and then again set your start time and your end time and then hit done, and then it will automatically go in dark mode during that time. You also can go with your adaptive brightness, and what this does is it's going to learn your usage by adapting to the ambient light in the room that you're in, the setting that you're in. So you turn on adaptive brightness, it will automatically, based on the ambient light in your lighting situation. Motion smoothness. Motion smoothness, you have two different things. You have your adapted and you have your standard. Now with your adapted, it's going to adapt to from anywhere from say 10 hertz all the way up to 120 hertz refresh rate. Under standard, it's going to basically do 60 at all times. So standard is going to use a whole lot less battery than adapted would. So you can choose which one of those that you want. Now, eye shield. This is especially good when you're getting ready to go to sleep at night and you don't want all of that blue light in your eyes. So what this does is you can set it up for adaptive, which means that based on the time of the day, it's going to adapt your screen shield brightness to it and color to it to give you a little bit more eye protection. Or you can set it up for custom. And again, under custom, you have always on, you have sunset to sunrise, or you can do custom. And then again, set your start time and your end time. And hit done. Now, as far as your fonts and size and styles are concerned, here's where you go to change the size of your font. Depending upon how good your eyes are, you can go from super small to super large. And you can also go from regular font to bold font. Now, as far as your screen timeout, now this is going to help you with your battery usage. You can go anywhere from 15 seconds all the way up to 10 minutes. So with this video, I got it set for 5, but normally I keep mine around 2 minutes. Now let's look at easy mode. Now a whole lot of people don't know about easy mode, but easy mode is a beautiful thing. So easy mode, basically what that does is it allows you to be able to just focus on the apps that you most commonly will use. So for example, with easy mode on, you notice I have only a few apps. The essential apps that I'm going to use are here on easy mode. Now when I go back, when I turn easy mode off, notice the difference. Now I have all of those apps. Next, we're going to look at the navigation bar. Now on the navigation bar, you have 2 different settings. You have your buttons that you can use. On the buttons, if you tap on it, you have different settings or different orders you can change from. So with buttons, you tap left, you see it move to the left. You tap center, you see it move to the center, and you tap right, you see it move to the right. Now, as far as the swipe gestures, if you're used to Apple iPhones or iOS type systems and you want to deal with the swipe, then you can go with the swipe settings. Now with the swipe settings, you can also set it up where to give you different hints as to the navigation of the swipe, like you see here. I generally leave mine on buttons because I'm used to that. Now you also want to make sure that you have accidental touch protection on. When you turn this on, it prevents you from accidentally touching your phone while it's in your pocket and turning it on or perhaps making a call. Now if you wear gloves, if it's winter time, or if you have a screen protector on, then you want to turn on touch sensitivity. And what that's going to do is that's going to increase the sensitivity of your phone when you have gloves on. Show charging information, you definitely want to make sure you turn that on because that's going to show you if your phone is charging or not when you decide that you want to charge it. Next, we're going to look at wallpapers, and we're just going to look at a few tips and tricks from this. Okay, so as far as your wallpaper is concerned, you got different ways that you can get it. You can get from wallpapers that feature with the phone itself. You can get from wallpapers that you have personally downloaded. Or you can get wallpapers from anything that's on your phone. You can use that as a wallpaper as well. Anything that's in your gallery. Lock screens, you can go with 3 different types. You have your dynamic lock screen, which would be moving. You have Samsung Global, which is going to help out with Samsung's global initiatives around the world, or you could have none. You can also choose the color pattern to be based on your wallpaper. So when you tap this, any wallpaper that you download is going to automatically match that color palette to it. Apply dark mode to wallpaper. What that does is that's going to help to save a little battery power as well by applying the dark mode to your wallpaper. Now a quick tip as far as wallpapers are concerned. You go down here where it says explore more wallpapers and tap on this. Now this is going to take you to galleries theme store or gallery store. You go up here and you tap search, and under search you tap in free. Now this is going to show you all of the things that you can get for free as far as your wallpaper is concerned. So you scroll down until you start seeing where it says free, and you tap on it and you can get all of those downloaded free. Not only the wallpapers, but also icons and always on displays as well, along with themes. Now let's look at home screen and icons. Now in the home screen icon, a few things that you're going to want to tap on here. If you want to your cover screen to mirror what's on your main screen, then you tap that. I generally don't like that. If you want to add media to your home screen, to your home page, you tap this to turn it on. If you want to show the app screen buttons on your home screen, you tap this. Now, what I generally like to do is I like to make sure that swipe down for notification panel is on. And what that does is it allows you to open your notifications by swiping down from anywhere on the home screen. Next thing we want to look at is lock screen and always on display. So on the lock screens and always on display, what we want to focus on is always on display and tap on this. Now here you have several settings that you can do. You can show a clock and notifications when your phone isn't in use. You can choose to tap to show, show always, show as scheduled, or show for new notification. I like to have mine show always. And then as far as here, you can go with your clock style and you can choose whichever style that you want or whatever theme that you want. Either you can select the clock, and I generally like to go with the biggest that I could find. And then you can also here, you can set it to do auto brightness. And basically what that does is it's by a double tap on the screen. Next, we want to look at biometrics and security. Now under biometrics and security, here's some things that I really like to focus on to help me a lot. Go under biometrics and security. And what you want to do is, first of all, you want to go down to where it says Find My Mobile. Make sure Find My Mobile is on, and you want to make sure that it's set up. As far as remote unlock, make sure that's on. Tap agree. You want to send last location, which means that it's going to send you the last location that the phone was shown at. And you also want to send offline finding, which means even if your phone is off, it's going to let you know where it's at and let others find their devices as well. And under fingerprint, next we want to look at a setting under fingerprint that you're going to want to set up. So you go to fingerprint, and then you see where it says fingerprint to unlock. Make sure that is selected, but more importantly, fingerprint always on. And what this does is it's going to allow you to wake and unlock your phone with the side key by simply just rubbing your finger over it, which is really quick. So I like that as well. Now we're going to look at some advanced features. Go to advanced features, lab. Now on the lab, you want to make sure multi windows for all apps are selected. And what this does is it's going to give all apps open in a pop-up view or split view. It's going to allow them to work in a split view, even if they're not designed to do so. You also got full screen and split view. You can turn that on as well. And then go down here where it's flex panel. You can choose which apps you want to use the flex mode panel with. And I generally use that for apps like that I'm going to use for text with. The S Pen. Let's go to the S Pen. Now some actions that you're going to want to make sure that you turn on with your S Pen. Alright, screen off memo, you're going to make sure you want to turn that on. That's going to give you the ability to just, when your screen is off, you can write notes and save them. A quick create notes, you want to turn that on. Show air commands icon and an open air command when the pen with the pen button, you want to make sure you turn that on. And if you want your pen to sound like paper or with some noise, you turn that on as well. Now let's look at the side key. On the side key, you can use your side key a double press. If you want it to open, if you want it to just launch the camera, that's a quick way to launch the camera. Or if you want it to open up an app, which is what I have here. So you tap on it, you tap the settings, and then you choose the app that you want it to open. And you notice now it's selected there. Now press and hold. Now I like to press and hold the side key to turn on and wake Bixby, or you can do power off, but I like Bixby because when I'm driving, I want to be able to quickly do things on the phone with my voice, and Bixby is excellent for that, if not for anything else. So we use that. Now let's go to motion and gestures. On the motion and gestures, there's a few things that you want to do here. First of all, you want to make sure that you have lift to wake selected. So when you pick up your phone, it's going to automatically open the phone. You want to double tap to turn the screen on. Yes. Double tap to turn the screen off. Yes. All right. Palm touch to turn the screen off. Not necessary for me. Keep the screen on while viewing. Yes, if you're doing some reading, it's going to look at your eyes and it'll keep the screen on as long as you're looking at it. Now, most importantly, you're going to want to make sure that you put on palm swipe to capture. That's a beautiful thing because you just raise your palm across it and it'll capture the screen, and it's really quick, pretty fast. And let's also look at video brightness. Now, video brightness, you got two different settings. You can go with normal, which is going to use less battery, or you can go with bright. Now, you use this basically for any type of programs that you have that's presenting media, like YouTube or Prime Video or TikTok, anything like that. If you want to use this, then it will allow you to get the brightest picture that you can get, and no doubt a more enjoyable experience. Now we're going to look at digital well-being and parental control. So under here's some things that you want to make sure that you go to. First of all, go to the advanced settings. Now under settings here, you want to make sure show digital well-being on app screen. You want to make sure that is selected. But here's where you have different ways that you can connect. You can set it up for bedtime mode, and if you set up for bedtime mode, then you turn this on as scheduled. You can set a schedule for any day of the week for it to start. For example, I got it started here at 2200 hours, in at 0700 hours. It done. So now it's going to go into that bedtime mode every night at 2200 hours. Now let's look at battery care and device care. Now in the battery care and device care, here are some things that will help save some battery use. Okay, so go to the top and you want to make sure that you tap on automation. On automation, you want to make sure auto optimize daily is set. Auto restart at set times is set. And then when you tap that one, you choose the day or the week, the days of the week that you want, and the time that you want it to automatically reset the phone. For example, here I got Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 0500 hours, and it's set to automatically restart at that time. Now, adaptive power saving, you turn this on, and what this is it's gonna automatically save your power based on your usage of the phone. It will learn the way that you use your phone and save your power that way. But most importantly, make sure auto scan for malware. What this is just like an antivirus program for your Android phone that's free, that comes with the phone itself. So you want to make sure you got that set on as well. Under the battery, if you want to look at details about your battery, this is where you go. Now you can turn your power saving mode on here and it will save some power as well. But let's go on to more battery settings, because here are some settings that you're going to want. All right, so adaptive battery is going to enhance your battery usage again because it's adapted. Show battery percentage. You want to make sure that that's on because it's going to show the battery percentage at the top, show charging information. It's going to show it whether or not you're charging your phone. You want to make sure that fast charging is selected, fast wireless charging is selected, and more importantly, protect battery. To extend the life of your battery, the limit maximum charge to 85%. Basically, it means that once it hits 85%, it's going to stop charging, and that's going to save your battery over time, thus giving you a longer battery life power. Now, also, let's go to diagnosis or diagnostics. On the diagnostics, here's where you can go and check and see if there's anything wrong with your phone by going here. So you got 25 different settings that you can go if you want it. If you have problems with your speakers or vibrations or camera, flashlight, whatever. So you tap on flashlight and then you tap turn on. And it's going to ask you, did you see the flashlight, the back of the phone work normally? And I did, so hit yes. You can do that for anything on your phone to check and see if there's anything wrong with it. Now, if you want to check out your storage to find out you run out of space on your phone, this is where you would go. And it will tell you how much storage is used, like 45% is used. It'll tell you what's using the majority of the storage on your phone, and then you can make adjustments. It will even tell you what files are duplicated, some of the larger files on here, and then you can simply go and delete those files if you want to make space on your phone. Now, finally, let's look at software updates. Now, you go here to software updates, and then you can select how you want it to be downloaded. You can select auto download over Wi-Fi is what I have selected here. You can tap on it, and it will automatically check and look for updates and tell you whether or not your phone is up to date. And you can set to automatically download over Wi-Fi, and then that way you'll always have the latest software loaded. Now, this has been a video showing you exactly some tips and tricks on how to use your Galaxy Z Fold phone. If you found value in this video, please give me a like, subscribe, hit that bell to get my next video when it drops, share, and comment. I'm Bertrand the Tech Man. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. And remember, before you buy anything, always first check it out.